We had somebody spend $168,000 on one account.
You know, that is blood money. It is.
Do you ever have a real job?
A what?
A real job? If you die right now, would you go to heaven or hell?
So we're selling feelings here. We're not really selling anything.
We're selling emotional parasocial connection.
I do fanfics, actually. I just started it. Would you want to help me manage me?
Valid point, honestly. But, hey, you got me. Oh, fuck. What's up, guys? My name's Owen Lynch.
And my name's Cole Hollyfield.
We've managed some of the biggest OnlyFans creators in the space.
And today we're going to be confronted by 10 9-to-5 workers.
Let's see if they can make us quit our jobs.
OnlyFans management is the new style of pimping.
Oh, my first victim. What's your name?
Nuts.
Owen, nice to meet you.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that OnlyFans is like the new age of digital pimping? Do you agree with that statement? Or?
No, I don't think that statement's true at all.
And why so?
Because in my mind, the connotation of pimping is like stealing the money and, you know, having somebody do the work and you take all the money.
Yeah.
I don't take all the money.
Nah, but when you think of traditional pimping, though, it'd be someone facilitating the transaction of the girl using her body for income, like using it for money.
Yeah.
So you don't think that dictates like you're helping them facilitate using their body to gain income?
I'm helping them facilitate something they're already doing. I'm not forcing anybody into it. That's why I think the pimping thing is, you know, wrong, because they're already doing that by themselves for the most part. They come to us as an entity to help them grow.
Oh, so so the fact that like it's pimping if like you're forcing them to do it, but if they're willingly doing it, then it's not considered pimping? Is it like what you're
Yeah, because they've started, you know, posting content on this platform. They've, you know, got all the money going to them, and now they're like, okay, maybe I'm down to give away a little bit of the money if it'll help me make more money.
Okay, I can see that. Now, there's been instances where a girl wasn't doing OnlyFans and she reached out to you and was like, hey, like, I want to make some money, like, you would take her on?
We don't do that. I've done that once in a, you know, personal relationship, like like a long-term friend wanted to start, and, you know, we started her not only on OnlyFans, but, you know, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, basically just launched a whole social media career. But I personally, I don't like starting it for people.
Oh, so like that's the one caveat. Like if they don't have an account, you're not gonna work with them?
Yeah, I don't have something in my bio that's like, if you want to start OnlyFans, work with me. No, it's like if you're already doing it and you want to make more money.
But what if it's like a, you know, a BBL Becky, like a real good-looking girl, she's like millions of followers, and you're like,
Nah.
You wouldn't work with her?
Nah.
Really?
Unless their process is already started. It's also because there's so many things that, you know, could go. People do regret this job, obviously. Like, it's not a completely normal thing to do. People get hate online, or their mom starts to hate them, and then in that case, they might say, oh, well, he helped me start it, and I don't want that reputation.
I agree. And like, do you warn a lot of these girls? Like, do you think like some of them really know what they're getting into, or are they just so distracted by the money that they like? Or you really take them down that path? Like, this is good. We
have a lot of conversations before, because sometimes people with us, they start doing social media for the first time, and they may be doing crazy shit on OnlyFans, which, you know, I don't deal with that. Like, I'm not the one dictating that stuff. They might be doing something crazy, but I let them know, hey, if you're gonna post about this online, it's the craziest comment section I've ever seen in my life. You know, my girlfriend used to do OnlyFans, and I've been doing social media forever, but when I would see hate comments on her page, I was like, fuck, like it's a lot, and you have to have thick skin. So that's a conversation I always let people know before we start working with them, because our main goal is to distribute content as much as possible. I'm like, if people are gonna see your face, everyone's gonna know you do this. If they're gonna do it, in my opinion, they gotta get rich as fuck, so they don't have to worry about getting a 9-to-5. What do you do for a living?
I do marketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same.
All right, let's cut that. You want to tag him in?
Yeah, come on.
All right.
What's up?
I got that dog in me.
Yeah, martini.
Martini.
Yeah, like the drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a server.
Server?
Yeah.
Restaurant?
Yeah, restaurant. It's chill.
Okay.
Chill vibes. Do you feel like a pimp?
Not really.
No? What,
No.
Do you have a sister?
No, I'm only child.
Oh damn. Well, you know, you feel me? I was hoping you had a sister, but fuck.
I have a mom. If you want to make your same.
Yeah, there you go. Would you allow your mom to do this shit? Like,
Well, actually, when I started doing this, I told my mom, like I laid it out to her. I was like, listen, this is kind of controversial what I'm doing. I'm managing girls on OnlyFans. I'm helping them grow on social media. They kind of, you know, post some pictures. It might be a little interesting. And she was like, you know what? If I was, you know, if they had that in the 80s, I'd probably do it too.
so here's the thing too. I heard like earlier you had a girlfriend and shit.
Yeah.
Did you meet her from OnlyFans?
No, we met in real life.
How do you sleep at night and shit? You feel me? Like knowing that like you having girls and shit, half naked and shit. Like what do you get? You just like I'm pretty sure like you don't feel like cheating on your girl and shit. Like really?
That was like 3. I sleep.
Whoa, 3 what?
3 questions.
Oh, okay. I was about to say like 3
One-
weeks ago or some shit.
No, one is I sleep very well.
Yeah.
I have a temperature controlled mattress.
That's fucking Tempur-Pedic.
No, I can make it hot and cold. I sleep like I have like a 95 sleep score every night. It's pretty good.
How do you check that shit or your sleep score, bro?
I have it on my phone. You want to see right now?
Yeah, low key. Yeah.
It sends me a text every morning what my sleep score is. I was excited for this video, so I might have gotten up early. Good morning, Owen. Your sleep fitness score is 84 today.
Your sleep is recorded?
Yeah, I had 7 hours of sleep, 1 hour and 16 minutes of deep sleep, and 2 hours of REM. Yeah.
All right,
and no, I never think about cheating on my girlfriend.
No, you should. Like earlier, you know, Big Booty Judy, Big Booty Betty, you know, like.
Oh, his potential client.
Yeah, there you go. Like.
No, I mean, I think me having a girlfriend makes it easier to work in a business with other girls because neither me or the girl is thinking about anything else except business. You say we're here to work together, and that's what we're doing. We're not potentially trying to flirt with each other or anything because that is an issue
And
the business.
I'm sure, yeah. Like, you have friends, right? Just like or is it just?
I got a couple friends.
Do you trust them?
Yeah. I trust everyone who's in my life right now.
I mean, I'm pretty sure in this field it's kind of hard to trust people, right? Like, so.
Yeah, I mean, we've been scammed. I've had people steal from me. I've had to make hard decisions. I've had to cut people off because of business, even though I maybe like them personally. So my circle's not that big, so I trust everyone who's around.
Well, here's the thing, though. Have you ever worked a 9 to 5?
No, never.
That's kind of sad, to be real.
Sad.
Yeah, bro, you gotta experience that life, man. Like, if you try it, I feel like you just like taking shortcuts in this shit. You feel me?
I think the opposite. I took a bigger risk because I've never had a job. I've never had steady income. When I was younger, some months I make 0, some months I make a few thousand. It's up to how much work I put in that moment. I've never had that consistency.
So you don't feel like you take advantage of the girls and shit, like that you have your roster?
No, I think everyone's fair. In every business situation, if I make $1, the girl's making 2 or 3. They're always making more money than me. For me to make a lot of money, for me to have made this much money, to be successful, I've made the people I work with more.
Are you religious in any way? Like at all?
I was raised Christian, like I was, baptized.
Damn, bro, what the fuck you doing with this shit, bro? Like, what are you doing with this shit? What the fuck is that?
I treat people well, I lead with honesty, and I do good business. I've changed people's lives.
Do you still go to church right now? Like right now?
Not every single Sunday, but I go here and there.
Wow, like in the background, like you got like fucking petite, like all these categories and shit. You feel me?
Nah, it's more of like it's just by name.
Okay. Like star names?
No, I manage people that go by their real names on social media. They just do
interesting.
OnlyFans.
This fucking dude, bro. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Yo.
This fucking
I see the whips and shit. Like, so like,
yeah.
What's your goals in life, basically? After like, all this shit.
My real goal is to get super fucking rich and well invested by the time I'm like 25, so then I could have kids and take care of them.
How old are you right now?
I'm 23.
Oh, okay. I'm 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're tagging Cole in.
What up, brother?
How's it going? What's your name?
I'm Devin.
What do you do for a living?
I'm in tech sales.
All right. I mean, that's pretty wholesome.
For sure, bro.
I fuck with it.
Yeah. What
Like
about
Best Buy?
I mean, you could call it that if you want. What about you?
I mean, people buy.
People do buy, for
Thank
sure.
you. So, am I a pimp?
I feel like you are, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
But see, when I think of pimp, I'm thinking of the guy with the gold cane that says, yo, if you're not strolling the strip for at least like 14 hours a day, you're getting whacked.
I mean, for sure. I mean, wheels were wooden and now, they're rubber, right? And I just really believe that's what that is, right? At the end of the day, when we're talking about the transaction that you're making, in life, we have these decisions that we can make. And we work hard. I'm sure you stay up, all night, blood, sweat, tears that you put into a craft. But sometimes I feel like, when we have a way of, hey, I'm not a pimp. I mean, that is what it is. It's a transaction, and we got to be real about that. And blood, sweat, and tears can lead to, at the end of the road, me saying, yo, like, this is what I did, and this is what I serviced, and these are what my dreams were on the world. And when I really think about that, when that's somebody's daughter, that's somebody's son, how is their imprint on the world? And we just have to really keep our eyes on that. I'm sure you are a fantastic scalable man, right? You're a marketer, but how are you marketing to the world? And that's what matters. you know?
Okay. That's a good question. Damn, fuck. Oh my God, wait. All right. I definitely don't think I'm a pimp. Like, at the end of the day,
sure.
my entire job consists of posting Instagram Reels, posting TikToks,
Yeah.
and YouTube videos. I don't, film their content on that platform. I have really no involvement with that whole side of things. So I like to say I'm just a social media manager. Like, that is what my daily inputs are.
And why don't you want any involvement?
Because that's not my place. That's what they do on the platform is up to them, and it's just our job to make them the most amount of money possible with as much or as little as they do on that platform. Like, we have creators who are on that platform that don't do anything very explicit at all. Like, literally.
But I mean, in overall, right? There is a distribution of something, right?
Well, yeah, it is a service-based industry.
It is a service-based industry, and what are you distributing?
We are distributing, honestly, explicit content and sometimes not explicit content.
And so if you are distributing that explicit content,
we're distributing a parasocial interaction between
and what does that
person,
distribution lead to?
Usually nothing.
Nothing. I would agree.
Yeah.
Right. And so I have a sister. I got two sisters, right?
Congrats.
112, 120. And at the end of the day, from you distributing that content, could that lead into my sister's hands?
The content that I distribute lead into your sister's?
It's you distribute it, right? You're a
Like she's
scaler.
gonna
You're a
purchase the
scaler.
content?
I'm not saying she's going to purchase the content or not, but could something like that lead into those hands? Yes or no?
When you say lead you mean lead them into making the content or lead them into receiving the content?
In any of those forms, making the content, receiving the content, because you have an advertisement saying, hey, if you come on my platform, I can help you scale and make money.
Yes, well, technically, yeah, they could, come and make the content themselves. However, like I was
because
saying,
you're a marketer, you're a good marketer.
Yeah, exactly. We have creators though that literally are able to make.
So you're a pimp marketer.
See, that's where I'm still like getting confused. The point.
I mean, I could market many things. I could market this mic. I could market that nice sweatshirt.
We use our marketing to get creators to get the most out of the platform.
Is it a creator
Yes.
or is it a OnlyFans model that does explicit content?
Both. They are a creator on social media. We build large, massive personal brands around our creators that lead them into
And for
brand
that
deals.
explicit content, you get a transaction monetarily.
Yes.
That is blood money.
I mean, I don't have any wounds. No, I see the point, yes. Like, at the end of the day, the money does come from an immoral business. However, we try to practice the business as morally as possible.
How can you, I mean, it's like this. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm swimming, but I'm playing basketball. Which one is it? Like, you said we're doing a moral thing in an immoral business.
Because I personally think it's better to be a good person in a bad industry than a bad person in a good industry. We have single-handedly changed the OnlyFans industry as a whole for managers, creators, and everybody. We brought an entire new avenue and way that people go about this industry than ever has been done in the past. We take a social media forward approach versus the other way around, where a lot of girls come into the platform literally like showing their punani on the internet for $3.99, and we're saying, hey, why are you doing that? You don't need to do that to make a lot of money. You could just simply create value as yourself, as a creator, that people fall in love with the creator online, and then they want to build a relationship and talk with that creator. Obviously, pictures are transacted, but like I said, a lot of our creators don't do anything beyond what girls are posting for free on Instagram nowadays.
And look, bro, like at the end of the day, man, like it seems as if like you are a scaler, you are a marketer, and you help creators grow. But I think there is a way for a creator. There's just so many really cool things in this world. I mean, we're in a global world with access, and you're distributing access to what people can really, really do with their time. We got to think about that, because at the end of the day, like, that is blood money. It is. There's a transaction being distributed for people's negative gain, and we just got to really just be aware of that. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't
right. Honestly,
and it ain't
you
about,
have to be aware of it.
And it ain't about like, bro, like making bread, getting to the bag. You feel me? But at the end of the day, bro, 20 years from now, 10 years from now, when we got kids, I don't want nobody going to school saying my mom did this and this is what it looked like. And then guess what? That's a generational curse that affects somebody else.
You're right.
Me?
And honestly, that is the downside of the business. Like, with something so high return, there obviously it's not sunshine and rainbows. Like, there is negatives, but people just know getting into this that like this is the connotation that comes with presenting yourself in this industry online.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's creators that we work work with where genuinely we have changed their lives and actually gotten them out of pretty bad situations that genuinely I don't believe that they would have
So you would call
probably
yourself
survived in the world.
So you would call yourself a shepherd, right? You like, yo, at the end of the day, I'm leading you out of getting paid this way and making a negative, instead of you maybe getting paid $3.99, bro, I'm helping you scale, I'm helping you make money. But at the end of the day, bro, if I'm feeding poison, I'm feeding poison.
Well, that's in my opinion, right? If somebody's already doing it, they're already consuming the poison. We're helping them actually just not be poisoned by the industry, because there are so many people that.
But the industry is poisonous. A viper is a viper. Just because I get a smaller dose than a bigger dose, Coke is Coke. What you doing, bro? It's poison.
You're not wrong in that sense. It is a poisonous industry. I'm not going to argue with the fact that porn is a bad thing to society. At the end of the day, like, it's not a good thing. Like, I personally, I don't watch it. I don't consume the content.
So you don't consume it. You just pass it to everybody else, and you just get the cash, and everybody else gets.
Are people mad at Apple for ruining people's dopamine and frying them for the entire generation?
These are fair points, and these are the things that we have. Hey, I hear that. These are fair and true points.
Yeah, in my head, pretty much every industry in the world that makes a lot of money has a negative connotation in some way, shape, or form. Even in industries that you might not think have any negatives to them,
100%.
I'm sure there's some bad things going on behind the scenes.
100%.
So at least with ours, it's like we're pretty, it's like no shit. Obviously, there's a connotation about it.
For sure.
No one's denying that, but we just approach it with the best integrity that we can, and we, help people make the most out of something they're already doing.
And to me, bro, like the way you just sound, like I don't think you just some criminal bad dude. Like, it seems like you just a chill guy. You feel me? But like at the end of the day, like there is just this thing at the end of the road that we gotta look at and say, dang, what did I leave on this world? Did I distribute mature content to an audience that could lead people into a road that's negative, even if I did it in the best way? Or did I lead people to a greater life? And people said, man, he helped me go here. Because that's what matters.
We've had creators literally buy their parents a house that probably would have been homeless. So in my brain, for stuff like that, I think that they did lead them to a path they would not have escaped.
That's real. Like, that's real. Like, at the end of the day, bro, again, you're a scaler, you're a creative, and you do awesome things. But how do you do these things, and how does that impact leave on this world? And that's what we gotta ask. That's it. All love.
Do my thing. All love.
Amen.
Appreciate you. You thought it was going. All right, I don't know who's gonna follow that one up, but that one definitely had me stumping a little bit.
Is OnlyFans management actually a real job?
Okay. All right, let's do it. How's it going? What's your name and what do you do for a living?
My name is Foreign, and I work at Dave & Buster's Ticket Counter.
Fire.
Before I start, I want to ask a question.
All right.
You said you're like an OnlyFans marketer and manager, so you like both, kind of.
Yes.
I'm wondering, are you actually editing the coochie flick or not?
No.
So you don't increase the brightness of the contrast or anything?
Not of the coochie content. I do increase, contrast saturation. I shoot an S-Log. I can color grade. I know how to work. I was a videographer for years. I did a lot of freelance video work, and I got into social media as a videographer, and then I became a videographer for OnlyFans promotional content and marketed content.
So the reason I ask you is because let's say you're like a super genius marketer.
Okay, we've been called that.
What's stopping you from marketing absolutely anything and everything besides this and making the same amount of bag? Because I'm sure this is just for money for you, because what's the purpose behind OnlyFans? You know what I mean?
Well, okay, yeah, you're right. I could market anything, but we simply have marketed other stuff. We've been in social media for feels like a damn decade at this point, probably like 6 to 8 years, honestly. And we've done a lot of stuff. We've done brand deals. Even my girlfriend does UGC content and marketing. She's a social media strategist for brands and stuff like that. Like, I have a lot of knowledge in the social media field as a whole, and we simply just take regular social media strategies and apply them to OnlyFans creators because it's the highest ROI industry out there.
So it's the highest ROI industry?
By far. OnlyFans is the only industry in the world. So
you're saying for the other jobs that you guys are doing and pursuing, it's challenging for you guys to make a higher ROI than
100%.
OnlyFans.
I mean, even something like e-com, for example, right? If you do e-com or a clothing brand, like OnlyFans is something with, there's no inventory, there's practically no overhead other than chatting costs. It's typically on a percentage basis paid out to them. And at the end of the day, I've yet to hear of another industry, and I talk to people a lot, like a lot of different people in different businesses. Everyone agrees, like, OnlyFans is the only thing that you can really just fucking make. I mean, we have students that make $100,000 their first month doing this, or make a creator account.
Let's say you take a major influencer and you're their manager and social media manager. You get them a ton of brand deals. They're doing great, and you're comparing that to an OnlyFans person who isn't really offering much besides their body. You're saying that you can't make similar ROIs.
Well, honestly, a lot of the OnlyFans creators, believe it or not, like, you'd be surprised. They're some of the most hardworking creators that I've ever worked with, and like, they all genuinely do enjoy making content. Even Camilla, when we started working with her main constraint with her current management was the fact that they simply were not receptive to her creative input and didn't want to do, cool videos.
On Camilla specifically then, let's say you take Camilla versus, let's say you take another influencer. Your position is that you would have a more challenging time marketing an influencer and making such a high ROI than would be with Camilla because she's selling her body.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. I think with OnlyFans, it's because it's such a controversial topic. When we got into OnlyFans, it was way less saturated than it is now, right? Like, we were some of the first ones creating like real, like, enjoyable content. Like, a lot of the content we used to do in the past was not even like crazy sexual. Like, we would do YouTube shorts where we find an air tag across the city of New York, and right?
Was that a high ROI?
And it was, yeah. Like, Camilla, I mean, through the process of making, millions of dollars on OnlyFans, has created 10 million followers on TikTok, 5.8 or whatever million followers on Instagram, probably another million plus combined on other Instagram accounts, has a YouTube with tens of millions.
And is that led into a lot of brand deals, or is she still a major brand risk?
She is a major brand risk. That's actually why she took a step away from the industry to try to open herself up.
So
to
you're
more
following
brands.
that journey, is what I'm saying. So now you're let's say she stops only.
Well, I'm personally not, because I'm not her social media manager. I was, an OnlyFans manager, and I still obviously help them. She's a great friend of mine. I still help them film videos. I've helped them film content for whatever it is that they please. We're still great friends. We hang out all the time. But obviously, like, my job, I have our own agency, our own coaching program, and I do a lot of stuff for my own personal brand as well, and that's what I actually focus my time on.
Hypothetically, could you coach someone into being an influencer manager?
100%.
And then you could not guarantee, but you could lead them into creating such a high ROI in a different industry versus OnlyFans. You could do both, is what you're saying.
100% I could. I've given so much social media advice to people not in the OnlyFans field.
If you can make similar returns, let's say it's even a more challenging process, what's the point of doing a purposeless endeavor?
Because you can't make similar returns, and I honestly don't feel purposeless when I do it.
You can't as you specifically, or do you mean in general?
Just in general, if you're like doing a lot of the stuff, like, I mean, I don't know of many brands that are out here just casually giving like $100,000 brand deals plus, unless you have a massive social media platform. You do that, but I mean, I would take time to build that up.
And you don't want to take that time, is what you're saying?
No, we've built a really, really good reputation for ourselves in the industry, in the entire space. Everyone knows who we are. They know who we work with. They know that we're good people, essentially. So why would we step away from this industry when we've spent so many years building ourselves up in it and learning the specific industry to then completely abandon it?
So is the industry your specialty, or is being a marketer and manager your specialty?
It's a little bit of both.
That's my question.
I've picked up so many skills that are so unbelievably valuable in the current day and age. I know I can start an Instagram for probably any brand and get it a following. I can do anything related to social media. I know how to edit videos. I know how to film videos. I know how to run ads. I know how to now do an info product because of our own coaching program. I know about AI. I know how to develop apps and software, and like all these tasks that I know I could transition out of the industry if I wanted to. But we're currently, we're at a very good point in our career. We've built a big reputation, like I said. So I just don't see a reason to walk away from it, because there's still a lot we haven't done.
It seems like at this point, with your knowledge and skills that you've learned along the way, that you're at a great position to that if you wanted to, you could pivot out
100%
and make a good return.
I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm only 23. I just turned 23. I'm not, an old guy. I still have a lot of time left. Who knows? I might find something else that I find interesting, like coding, developing software, whatever it might be, and I could transition out. But it's not because of I feel purposeless. It's just maybe I just get bored.
You feel like you have purpose? Like I do. Purpose with OnlyFans?
Yeah, 100%. I do. I enjoy creating content. I enjoy being creative. I always have been. I was a theater kid. I was a fat beatbox singer, and when I was in high school, I was friends with a lot of girls. I connect with them naturally because I was socially awkward, and yeah, that's kind of what led us into this. We just became friends with them. They hated their managers, and then we're like, hey, we could probably, you know, give you a much more enjoyable time in this and actually bring your ideas to life. And then we did, and created, you know, a massive creator out of it, multiple massive creators out of it. All right, appreciate you. How's it going?
Hey, nice to meet you.
What's your name and what do you do for a living?
My name is Raul. I'm a real estate investor.
Oh, wow. All right, cool. I might need to ask you some questions.
Sure. Do you ever have a real job?
A what?
A real job?
Like a job?
Yeah.
Sorry, I needed a second. I needed a second for that. Sorry, I had a little bit of war flashbacks. No, I've never had a traditional 9-to-5 job. I did work as a summer camp counselor, if that counts for anything. I was also a photographer for the summer camp, and I believe the hours for that were 7 to 3:30. And I was also 17 years old. But no, I've never clocked in to a regular office job or shift.
Okay. And what is your passion like?
My passion is creating content and actually just, you know, expressing myself creatively. And I've done that a lot with this industry. And also my passion is simply just, I don't know, just obviously making money and just creating like a long-lasting impact. And like through this, I've built a pretty big brand around myself. Owen has as well. And it brings like a bit of a legacy to me as a creator and individual.
Okay, so help me understand. Your passion is OnlyFans? Create content?
I mean, I guess technically, indirectly, maybe, but no, my passion is not necessarily OnlyFans. I don't say that I am so passionate about OnlyFans. I'm passionate about helping OnlyFans creators, helping them market themselves, helping them grow on social media, helping myself grow on social media, and obviously, at the end of the day, like the content we make, we take inspiration from not OnlyFans creators. We take inspiration from literally fucking Mr. Beast or like other trending influencers and trends going around the internet, and we simply apply them and spin them to our industry to promote OnlyFans.
So you make a lot of money?
I do well.
Yeah. Like how much you make last year?
Last year? Several million. Well, no, technically I only made $236,000 if the IRS is watching this, as in distributions.
And you spend a lot of money as well?
Oh yeah, because I can write a lot of stuff off. That Lambo behind me right there is a tax write-off. It's been used in paid advertisements for my own brand. Mm-hmm. Use it for videos all the time. I honestly don't even drive it too much other than to film.
I just got one question. If you can do something that doesn't involve OnlyFans, like you already tell me you do for a big influencer, would you just stop doing OnlyFans?
Well, it brings me back to my original point. It's not that I necessarily would stop doing it, because it's like we've spent years learning this industry and building a name for ourselves, and we have so many connections in the space. We've not only created the largest influencers, but now know and have worked with all the other large influencers in the space. So no, I don't necessarily want to walk away from it entirely. If an opportunity presents itself that I, enjoy doing or want to do, I'll do it, but it's not because of any other reason other than just, I don't know, try new shit.
So you have like a deadline to stop doing it, or are you gonna?
No, not a deadline, not like a set date where I'm like, when I turn 25, I am stopping this. I mean, in terms of like, I have a financial goal in my brain that I know that I want to reach before I probably would take my foot off the gas a little bit and just chill out and probably reassess my life and be like, well, now I've built so much for myself. Now where do I go from here? Which honestly would be something like real estate, which I'm looking to get into. I've been talking to commercial real estate investors to, use my money that I've generated to set me up for life and my generations for life. So yeah, it's not a set date, more of a set, honestly, amount of money. That wouldn't even make me stop. It would just kind of make me, I don't know, change where I focus my energy in life, because I don't want. It's a very taxing job. I work a lot of hours. I work more than a 9-to-5 job would every day. I'm up till 5 in the morning every night working on my computer, and literally all I do is wake up, go to the gym, and work. So
you want to have a family, kids?
Yeah, I do. I have a beautiful girlfriend who's very supportive of what I do. My family and friends all think it's honestly super cool. When I told my parents about what I was doing, she was like, oh my God, so you're like a digital Hugh Hefner. That's so cool. And I'm like, yeah, type shit. But yeah, my family all thinks it's very interesting. I've never had anybody that I'm related to actually like remotely say anything about what I do, and a lot of my friends just ask me to put them on, and I've actually put a couple of my friends on, and then they're honestly probably some of the most successful kids now out of our high school.
So let's look in 10 years, 15 years, if your son or your daughter asks you, Dad, why you did that 10 years ago? What would be your answer?
Well, A, for everything that, you know, I provide for them in life. So the financial future that I'll set up for my, you know, family and generations. Obviously, that's why I did it. That's why anybody does the industry. Obviously, no one's not in it to make money. There's a couple people who we know who are in it for the love of the game, but that personally, I don't even agree with. But yeah, honestly, I also don't think that I did anything bad and to be ashamed of. Like if somebody says, my kid's like, Dad, what did you do? I'm gonna be like, yeah, I posted Instagram Reels every single day for 5 years of my life, and TikToks and Instagram and YouTube. And I'm not on OnlyFans personally. I'm a manager. So I think it's a little bit different perspective than like a mother having a child who had done it.
So would you support your daughter or your son if they want to do OnlyFans?
If I had a son who wanted to do OnlyFans management, honestly, yeah, sure. Even my little brother, he seems to be kind of interested in it. And honestly, I'm like, if he wants to do it and he's gonna do it with good integrity and, you know, good intentions, then that's all that matters. And a daughter, honestly, if I'm successful enough, I don't think that they would need to do it. And if they did, I would make sure that they're at least managed by somebody like us, so I know that they're not being taken advantage of and, you know, doing a lot for a little.
What about your parents? How would you feel if they do it? Like,
well, if my parents did,
yeah.
I mean, that might be a little strange, but just because it's like a parent, right? Like, no one wants to think of their parent doing that at the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, even for my parents, I mean, I just don't think they even would. Like they're older, they have no intention. I mean, my mom even made a joke one time when I told her about what I was doing. She's like, can I just cook on there? Will people pay me to watch me cook? And I'm like, actually, yes, there are people who do that and they make a lot of money. So you don't need to you don't need to post nudes on OnlyFans. You can post anything. I know people that sell poems, just selfies. Like that's it. It's a pay-per-view platform that you could sell anything on, not just pornography.
Last question, what would you tell the parents of your clients that feel like bad about their...
Well, actually, we're pretty close with the majority of our clients' parents. Like they know us very personally. We know them pretty personally. We've attended many group functions, dinners, trips, you name it. And I've never heard anybody really say any type of way. Even, I mean, Camilla has said her parents were, you know, not happy with her doing it at first, and they ultimately came around once they learned more about the industry. A lot of people have a false connotation of it because they just simply are not educated in what the business actually entails. I mean, people still think like he said, changing the contrast on coochie pics. Like that's just not the case. Like I think with education, a lot of people would have way less of a stigma around it if they simply knew what went into it.
Okay. My last question would be, you believe in God?
I do believe in God. I believe in a higher power. I believe in God. I've talked to a lot of people with different religions, and I do believe that there is a God out there. We're God. All right, I'm gonna tap in Owen because I need some water. Go get him, Tiger.
What's up?
What's up, man? My name is Matt.
Owen, nice to meet you.
Girl,
He can cook for a second, then
you can raise your hand in 5 minutes. No, I'm not. No. So how's your day so far, man?
good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty nice weather out here, you know.
Yeah, it's a little hot.
What made you like start OnlyFans? Like, you know, do you start with OnlyFans or you start with like a job first?
So I was doing YouTube myself, and then when I met a couple of my friends, they were like doing the same content as me, like YouTube Shorts, but they were doing it with girls, and the girls had OnlyFans, and they were like, yo, you should, you know, get into this OnlyFans stuff. It makes way more money, because they were like, I was doing YouTube, making not a lot. Now I, you know, help promote these girls' OnlyFans, make a lot more money. And I was like, seems like they're doing the same shit as me, but just making more, so let me try that out.
And how do you feel that so much people in this world is viewing you as a person that's like doing bad in life, even though that, you know, yourself as a person, you know you're doing good?
It's unfortunate because, you know, like you said, I have my own life. I've spent time with the people that I've helped, and I have a close circle around me that we all love each other and we support each other. Everyone knows that deep down, you know, behind the scenes of what goes on, and I've done well by people. People have appreciated what I've done, and a lot of people just, you know, ignore all of that and just from face value just say you're a terrible person or you're, you know, I hate you, whatever. And it's unfortunate, but I've also been putting myself out there online since I was 11. I used to do YouTube. I used to get made fun of just for being like chopped when I was a kid.
So like, if you're doing OnlyFans right now, how come you can't put that industry into TikTok without showing so much coochie and boobs and all that?
Well, I actually realized that, you know, we can, and through promoting OnlyFans and building brands online, I've found avenues of making money through brand deals and through YouTube. You know, with my girlfriend, she launched a podcast that has made, you know, millions of dollars, and other, you know, endeavors based off of the personal brand. So at the end of the day, my goal is to be the best social media manager in the world. And I think this is, you know, OnlyFans is still probably 75% of all of the money that, you know, our company
with
makes.
all that money you're doing, are you doing something good with that? Like doing like, you know, spending on like cancer people or like people in the hospital, or are you just like all for yourself and like get all these cars?
I mean, for me, the first big things I did were, you know, give back to my family and whatever they needed. Sometimes, you know, for me personally, I came from a pretty fortunate situation. I didn't have to bring my family out of any bad situation. I just gave them gifts and nice things.
How about the people in the hospital that has cancer and already going through problems?
I mean, like I was gonna say, going forward now, since I took care of my family and I took care of the ones closest to me first, which I believe everyone should. Now I've taken the effort to go out and donate to food banks, and there's a church, you know, 3 minutes down the road. We actually cooked food and handed it out in the neighborhood because this, you know, we're pretty close to it.
All right, and if you say you're so much of a Christian, how come you do OnlyFans that's more of a devil?
I mean, I actually wouldn't say, like I said, I was raised in Christianity, but I've had my own like kind of interpretation of religion, and I'm still kind of trying to figure that all out because I don't feel any negative energy upon me based on what I do. I've actually only been I've only been given positive energy and positive experiences. People have good things to say about me and what I've done for them, whether that's in OnlyFans management or not. Just a good person to be around, and I try to give my all to other people. I try to help people when they're in need, and based on doing a job that, you know, makes money off some explicit pictures or even, you know, videos of people doing sex, I don't think that's, you know, I don't think that makes me related to the devil or that job related to the devil.
But in the Bible it says that you need to wait till marriage to have sex with that one person, but you're over here recording many people doing other things that's related to the devil.
In that case, have you had sex before marriage?
Yeah, I have. And the thing is, right now, if I ask you this question, if you die right now, would you go to heaven or hell?
I think if the interpretation of both those places is absolutely how it's listed in the Bible, and that's 100% true, I would go to heaven, because the only person who sees inside of my soul would be God, would be a higher power, and they've seen how I've led my life with honesty. And, you know, I think there's people in industries where they look squeaky clean and they're like selling toilet paper or some shit, but they probably fucked somebody over on the back end, and you know, the only person who saw that was God. But
and if you have kids right now, so you like do content with other people with OnlyFans and like models and all that, and if they see that you're in that platform, what do they think about that?
I think the best person for them to learn about what we do would be us. I think if somebody saw that from a perspective of a parent who hates what we do, then that kid would be, you know, basically convinced that what we do is horrible. But if they come from us, and this is, you know, even people online would probably have their own thing to say about this, but I think if our kids are raised by us in, you know, I have two parents that love me, my girlfriend, future wife, has two parents that love her, you know, we have a massive family. They would be raised with love. They would see the type of people we are. They would know why we've done what we've done, and we could be able to explain them when it's appropriate, you know, kind of everything that's gone on. I think that they're going to understand, and they're not going to think anything bad of it.
But if you're going to be a father one day and you're supposed to be a leader, don't you think you want them to go to college and do school, have a degree, instead of OnlyFans and showing everything, and you're going to see that?
I mean, I don't know if I necessarily want that. I think college is going to be entirely obsolete by the time my kids are 18. I don't think people are even going to go to college at the same rate they do in 5 years. So when I have kids, I think they're going to decide what they want to do based on, you know, their own interests, because ideally they're not going to be working from a place of struggle. They're going to be working from a place of inspiration, you know, whatever they want to do, because I'm going to set them up well. And if they want to go to college to be lawyer, doctor, engineer, etc., where they need intensive training like that, then I hope they do follow that. But if they wanted, you know, just like me, I grew up watching YouTube videos. I grew up watching people on the internet, so I wanted to do that same shit. If that happens to them, I'll make sure to guide them. But at the end of the day, I can't control them.
All right, I'm done. That's it.
All right, I appreciate you.
All right, buddy.
Hello.
Hi,
Maria.
Owen. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So I do 9 to 5 and I also do social media on the side. Okay, biggest question is, if OnlyFans is so good, why would Camila quit?
Because I think she was a different situation to where she took over on OnlyFans really fast because of her personality. And coincidentally, in the middle of it, she grew 10 million followers on TikTok, and by the start of 2026, she had 70% of her fans and her followers everywhere ended up being girls. So in a way, she almost outgrew OnlyFans because she had a larger fan base of girls than guys, and she got to a place where she was getting invited to go to movie premieres and be on shows and fashion shows, all these like big things. But then when it came down to the deal being made, they were like, oh, but this OnlyFans. So with her career, because I'm not her only manager or whatever, she has a massive team now, but we all decided that it was probably best to take a risk and quit OnlyFans just to pursue being like literally the most famous person in the world.
Okay, and so there's a thing called now fanfics, right?
Yeah.
What would you recommend for people to do, OnlyFans or fanfics?
Well, fanfics actually took a very smart approach to the business, right? Because there's all these girls and guys and anyone saw people making money on OnlyFans and they were like, oh, I want to do that, but I don't want the stigma of being a porn star or posting nudes or whatever. So they basically, it's the same thing. The same money is generated the same way through locked messages, through chats, through paying to subscribe, but the platform doesn't allow nudity. So
Exactly.
the answer to that question would just be based on preference. And
Preference.
we've worked with people who do fanfics before as well. Actually made a lot of money.
Really?
Yeah, we knew a girl who's making $200,000 a month on fanfics.
So I do fanfics. Actually, I just started it. Would you want to help me manage me?
Yeah, Gus, bring me the laptop. Bring me the laptop.
Guys, let's calm down.
Quiet on set, everybody.
Quiet. Basically, I definitely don't think OnlyFans is like the best route, because obviously all the people that follow me and stuff, they're like, oh my god, you should do OnlyFans or this or that. I'm like, obviously, me morally,
Yeah.
I could just never do that. I'm not a bop in general. I don't get with people in general. Like right now, I've been stayed to myself for I don't even know how long. People see me in a different way, I guess, but
So it's just a personal preference.
basically.
But
so
you want to make more money with
on
social media.
social media, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it would be a smart decision to do fanfics. For some people, if somebody came to us and they were like, oh, I don't care about what I post or what people think, should I do OnlyFans or fanfics? Like I said before, I'm not trying to get caught up. Usually we don't work with people who are just starting. So I would be like, but if I was giving advice to them not to work with me, just on their own, I would say, if you don't give a fuck, just go do OnlyFans. Like there's more, from a business standpoint, there's more users, like more people have a account on OnlyFans, so that means there's literally more people who can actually subscribe. People pay more money for more explicit content. Unfortunately, that's the conversation. But on fanfics, there's still the opportunity to chat with subscribers and then make money through, people being fans, not being, specifically like sexual or anything like that. So I think it's just personal preference. I don't think there's anything wrong with one or another.
Okay, well.
But speaking business, I have ChatGPT pulled up here. I'll do make me a contract for fanfics.
Disappointed and then jealous.
20% of revenue.
Guys, we're talking money now, okay?
Listen, guys, I'm sorry to waste your time here, but money talks, right? So,
Look,
okay,
this is
what we have
business
pulled up
and-
here. Cole, get this with your phone. We have a non-exclusive revenue share agreement. The purpose is the company agrees to provide growth, marketing, monetization, and consulting services to the creator, and there's a revenue share. Creator agrees to pay the company 20% of all revenue. Do we think that's fair in the audience?
What if starting would be 15? If more money comes around, we'll do more percent.
Of course, we've actually worked out deals with creators like this all the time. You know,
Yeah?
because we have so much confidence in what we do, we like to say, yeah, sure, because I could prove myself. I know we can make more money. So I know.
Okay, so then let's start with the 15, and then we do more the more we come, you know?
Okay. So let's just go over the terms. Payments shall be made weekly or bi-weekly. This agreement is non-exclusive, so the creator may work with other agencies if they so believe that to be true, and the party may terminate within 7 days written notice. Is that fair?
Yeah.
1 week to decide if we don't want to work with each other?
Yeah.
All right. Pleasure doing business with you.
Okay, guys, well, I'm done here.
All right, next question. Let's read it.
You just got lucky. You aren't actually helping people. You're just piggybacking on their success.
All right, who wants it? Feel free.
Jason. Yo, let's go.
What's up?
What's up? My name is Benji. I'm a barber.
Barber?
Yes, sir.
Do you think my hairline's dropped?
Don't lift the hairline. We'll just keep it at that.
Okay,
I know.
face value.
That's why you have that haircut, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's genetic.
So do you guys feel like you're actually helping people, or are you just piggybacking off of like other people's success? Like in the long run, would you say that even though people make a lot of money, you have proof that you make a lot of money, does this actually pay out in the future?
For the people that we work with?
Yeah.
I think absolutely. And one of the things that we do and we've done for our, clients that we work with is I don't just let them fuck off their money on yachts and stuff. I've seen people make 1,000 for the first time, and I've seen people make 1 million for the first time. And I say, you better fucking download Robinhood, put that shit in a high yield savings account, and don't fucking spend it all. Not only do I have skills in social media, and I can make anybody grow on social media. I can make anybody money on OnlyFans or fanfics, as we've seen for my new client. The difference between us and a lot of other people is that we have good personal relationships with everybody, and we don't just grow their revenue for 1 month to take our cut and then kick them to the curb. Like we make sure people are set up if they're receptive.
So you mentioned before that you used the example of your girlfriend and how you guys made a decision because of how she grew, that you guys, in order for her to grow, you guys had to remove her from the OnlyFans. If OnlyFans wasn't something that would impede somebody from something in the future, why even remove her if she was making so much money?
Because she has the potential to chase something greater than just money.
And if it was something that was great for you, right? Because there's certain things you can do a lot of, right? So in business, you can do marketing. You can also invest in other accounts. You can also do so many different things at once. If something that could help somebody and you really believe you're helping somebody long term, why wouldn't it have so much longevity? Why wouldn't you be able to hold them there forever?
There is longevity, and I think you're misunderstanding what we did with Camilla. Was her making $1 million a month on OnlyFans was the easy part, but her having 30 million subs on YouTube, 10 million followers on TikTok, these things led her to a bigger audience that is in some cases genuinely not possible for other people. Like, I could put the same amount of energy into another person's career and like we are now, and I could make somebody else $1 million, like on OnlyFans or through Snapchat or through, I could get them 1 million followers on Instagram. But with what happened with her, she has something about her personality, and I think there is a little bit of a chosen one aspect to it, of like people fell in love with her just for who she is online, and these opportunities came to us that were larger than the OnlyFans industry, but not larger monetarily even. Nobody's offering us, they're not saying, oh, well, let me give you $2 million a month to quit. It's, oh, if you didn't have OnlyFans, maybe you could be in this room and maybe you could use that to meet this producer and be on the show and be, a true A-list celebrity. So that's a risk that we're taking with her. I don't think I could do that with the other people I manage. And I'm truthful to them about that. And they don't want that. They just want a bunch of money.
So it's more of from a longevity standpoint, you can stay there, but in terms of if you want to do larger than life things, like bigger stuff, like from a moral compass, you have to let that go.
Yes, if you want to be an actor, if you want to be a doctor, don't fucking do OnlyFans. Like, don't be greedy. You have to see it through. Like, what you want to do, you have to see it through. So if you're in school for something and you think, oh, I can maybe leave early and make more money if I just did OnlyFans, don't fucking do it. I would tell you not to do it. But if your goal is like, I want to be famous on social media, but I'm not making money, I'm like, yeah, probably fucking do OnlyFans, because you'll be able to fund your passions, you'll be able to do social media, live on your own, live a good life, and yes, have longevity. I mean, I've only been in the industry for 3.5 years, but I know people who have been in the industry as a creator for 7 or 8 years. That's basically the max, and they've been doing 6 figures to, if not 7 figures a year for 7 years now. If you make $1 million plus a year for 7 years, if you're not financially responsible, you should be set up for the greater part of your life.
In question, in terms of that, would you agree then from a morality standpoint, there's something wrong with it in general?
No, I actually made a video about this yesterday. I was like, from a standpoint of basic human living, I don't actually see a problem with like somebody paying $10 to see a picture of a girl naked. People use this term selling your body. I think there's something wrong with prostitution.
And you don't think that's prostitution?
I don't, and I'll open this argument.
And why?
Because people love to say that what we do is prostitution, pimping, this or that. There's many levels to this. So I mean, I think it's a little sad to like pay for like sex with somebody where they're actually touching you and you could be hurt or taken advantage of. Like, that's terrifying. I would never facilitate that environment. But taking a picture that the girl's chilling in her, the 50th floor of the SLS Lux on her iPhone 17 Pro Max, she's safe.
But it's not prostitution.
No. I think prostitution is paying for sex. I mean, somebody can pull up a definition, but like that's what I know of a hooker or of a prostitute to be, is somebody who you pay money for sex.
No, it's sexual favors in turn for money.
If that's the textbook definition, is it sexual favors in real life?
But sexual favor is a sexual favor. If someone sends you a picture and they use it for whatever, then that's whatever it is.
The picture is just a picture, but the sexual...
It's the same concept that women don't like to understand, but they complain that like, oh, men don't want to die me, they don't do this, and that's why they don't give a pussy. But if they go somewhere and they only do certain things so that they can go out to eat and do all this, that's prostitution too. They're doing exchange.
I agree. I
service.
think girls who are, letting a guy hit for a dinner at Coat, I think you're a hooker.
Oh my.
But I don't think taking a picture, girl could take a picture if she can stop at her exact comfortability level. She can set her exact pricing of what she thinks that to be.
No, that's fine. Regardless, at the end, that's prostitution though. At the end of the day.
Let's just bring up the textbook definition of prostitution.
Read it, producer.
Prostitution is the act or practice of engaging in sexual activity, including sexual intercourse or contact, in exchange for money, goods, or other valuable considerations.
Lord of Jesus. That sounds like what the fuck that is?
Ecstasy shit.
He said,
What did they do with the photo? They stared like, wow, this is a nice photo.
I knew he had something to say. He was standing.
Hey, if the girl's providing it and says, hey, go do your thing to this, and that follows that guideline,
like, why else would they buy it?
Regardless of the specific terminology, it's very obvious that it's not the same thing. Like that everyone can agree on. Sending a picture is not the same thing as a guy literally being able to touch you, and it's clearly not the same thing. So that's why.
I think we'll agree to disagree on this one, bud.
Fair play. Yeah, let's do it. Hi.
Okay, hi.
What's your name?
My name's Tara. I do real estate and insurance sales. So I guess what I want to ask you is, do you feel like you're actually empowering these women, or do you kind of feel like you're just profiting off of their vulnerability?
I think I'm empowering women because I like to be a part of the business that helps them grow.
Yeah.
From that side, I don't like to be somebody who, like I mentioned before, I don't want to encourage them to start something they're not, comfortable doing or they don't fully know the repercussions of. I think, don't get me wrong, within this industry, there's a lot of people who are taking advantage of vulnerable women in social media in general. I think people go to clubs, they film girls when they're drunk, they film girls that are too young, they use people because they gain clout or money, whatever. But for me specifically, and now through the following that I have of people who are in the industry, I preach very good things about how to treat people, and I've had good experiences with girls in the industry.
Okay, and I just want to know, like, what made you specifically want to get into an industry like that? I
was already in social media, and the truth of why I got into OnlyFans management as like a sub niche of what I was already doing is money.
Okay.
I was talking to somebody else, they asked basically why. Like, I was doing the same content bar for bar. I used to do videos on YouTube. I used to do very short challenge videos with girls because I realized when I added a girl to my video, it would get more views because people like to see the dynamic between a guy and a girl, maybe flirting, joking, and making relationship type jokes back and forth. And people were doing the same videos, but then the girl had an OnlyFans and they were making more money than me. So I was like, I'm already doing this.
I mean, I guess, yeah. I see your point on that, but I want to know, do you feel like getting into this business kind of makes you see woman now as like a business opportunity?
Unfortunately, I think I have caught, that side of, there's a blurred line now when I see say a profile on social media, for example. I'm thinking about it from, in my perspective, more of like a nerd standpoint. I'm like, oh, she has this many followers, she could, make this amount of money. And it's like, if that's the only way that you move with these relationships, it definitely can cause like an inauthentic business relationship, and it could cause kind of like a skewed perception on how you view other people.
Totally.
Question. I'm so sorry to interrupt. There's actually recruiters out there. There's like girls, which it happened to me. It's like girls, right, that they already do it, and they try to like recruit you and tell you, oh yeah, like I have a manager and like I make so much money and this and that. Is that like you tell the girls that you manage to?
We reach out to girls who already do OnlyFans on social media. No, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about going to fucking Sway.
Dinners, yeah.
And that I don't do that. But yeah, that's, for example, they
digital pimp. I ain't gonna lie.
They are digital pimps.
Hey, the business is, right? Like when you put it that way, I guess we're defending ourselves here, not the rest of us.
Okay, but you mentioned something about like feel like there's non-authentic relationships now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll look at a profile and I'll be like, oh, I bet she makes X amount of money based on how many views she gets, how many likes she gets, how she looks potentially, and I think that alone is not the healthiest thing to look at people. But when we get into actually working with somebody, we're having multiple hour-long phone calls. We first and foremost make sure it's a good personality fit. Yeah. And like we actually get to see people for who they are. And we've also realized there's a direct connotation between, I don't know if the camera picked it up, what she was saying to the side was that people will send girls out into a club and say, oh, that girl's pretty, let's get her to come do OnlyFans because she's gonna make a bunch of money. Yeah. I think that's fucked up because that girl doesn't know the full scope of the business she's getting into. That girl is being led in, to who knows what. Maybe this girl who's going to recruit her is being paid money, and then it's all inauthentic. Yeah. But from our perspective of going into it, like we've worked with people that are friends of a friend, whatever, that may have just been like, oh, I'm a hot girl, I think I can make a bunch of money, and we hate her. She's like rude and like doesn't work hard, and we were a very bad fit business-wise, and the relationship completely fell out. And then we've had other situations where we got to know somebody and we were like, yo, this person is really fucking smart. I think they could actually grow long-term. I think they would be a good spokesperson for us and our company, because it's not just some girl being like, oh my God, they made me rich. It's like they actually grew my page through strategic account management and social media. Like I want somebody who talks like that. So we do prioritize real relationships, but I would be lying if I said sometimes I didn't judge people, especially on their social media profiles, on a surface level. Okay.
And then I guess like in the beginning, like your relationship with your girlfriend now, do you think it was kind of a move to also help your business more, like getting into that relationship?
With her, no, because that wasn't my business. Okay. Like I wasn't in management. She had another manager. Yeah. But the relationship happened as we were, having a friendship and having a business like we were making videos together because like I said, I was doing YouTube, I was doing videos with a bunch of OnlyFans girls because they were the ones who wanted to make content. So that's how I started filming with her. We realized we had a good fit. But I also don't think it was a bad thing that we started doing business together because it allowed us to get really deep really fast and really hard really fast. Like, whoa, that was fucking crazy to say. Pause. Hard conversations, really hard conversations really fast because we were like, she was like, I have to move, I have to make money, I have to, pay my mom or whatever. And we found out the type of people we are. We found out that we worked well together, and that helped us find out that we were going to have a good relationship going forward. So there was mix of business and friendship and everything that everyone says not to do, and it was a big risk, but it worked out in the end. But it definitely was not, the relationship was not to make more money, but we were already making money together technically as we were friends. So. And
then do you think this business is something that's gonna last long term, or do you think it's more of just like a trend right now? Do you see this as like a long-term thing?
I think this is at minimum like a 15-year business opportunity. I think there are some things that are going to change. For example, a lot of social media platforms are making their guidelines more and more strict about promoting this type of content, which essentially is making our job harder and changing it, essentially pushing it. You know, they're trying to get rid of it to some extent.
Yeah.
There's some people who think this career should be illegal. There's some states and countries that are banning the actual website of OnlyFans. Things like that happening, so I can't say it's gonna last forever. The industry of, you know, paying for sexual content or paying to have a relationship with somebody, I think will be around forever. But in terms of the exact way we're doing it, like social media influencer has an OnlyFans profile and makes money that way, I think it's gonna last for at least, 15 years.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's basically what I wanted to ask.
All right. Thank you. All right, let's get the next topic going.
Josh,
All right, next topic is we just sit online texting guys all day.
All right, man. Well,
all right.
Nice to meet
What's
you.
your
man.
name?
Joshua.
All right, I'm Owen. What do you do for a living?
Well, transportation, basically.
What does that entail?
Like CDL trucks.
Okay.
Yeah, so
18-wheelers and shit?
Exactly.
Moving
Pictures.
packs?
Nah, I don't incriminate myself online. I mean,
of course.
I plead the fifth.
Of course. Well, so what do you think about my job? You think I'm just sitting online all day texting dudes or what?
I mean, yeah, to be honest, what else do you make money off of? Like, how else do you make your bread? You gotta finesse people. You gotta finesse the niggas.
I mean, the truth is...
You gotta get into the niggas' pockets, you know?
The truth is, there's no hypothetical, those people to get into their pockets. Those people, they're not there without marketing, right? So, standpoint...
You mean the niggas?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I just want to make sure you're not confused.
We can't get into their pockets without them being there. So the side of the business that we specialize in is doing the social media marketing, because girls have tried to post, inside of the platform and grow. They try to, they put signs out on the street, their QR codes on the sidewalk, but they can't get as many subscribers as a true social media influencer can. So we build girls into influencers, and then they get a shit ton of subscribers. And we have a system that runs in the back end of people who are, responding to messages for the girl, which is, displayed in the terms of service sometimes. If there is somebody responding, sometimes it's the girl themselves. And there's just a system of scheduling when certain posts go out, or, telling the girl when to post and what to send.
Yo, because you be chatting, right?
You're talking about like on OnlyFans chatting?
Yeah, you be chatting. You know
Not myself. That's what I'm saying.
But you got niggas behind the computer.
There's employees for that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you got like your systems in place, and then whenever you see a nigga, hey, you macking down with my girl, so I gotta get some bread out of you. You got some systems in place for that to get the money out.
Yeah, people are tiered into based on their spending habits.
What's the most you got out of a nigga?
We had somebody spend $168,000 on one account.
So wait, one transaction?
You said
no, on one girl.
So that one time
over the span of like 4 to 5 months.
Oh, so she got like 40 racks a month or something like that.
The girl? Oh yeah. The guy spent like 40, 50K a month for 3 months.
So she got 40K off of one nigga, and you got like probably like 10 niggas chatting on you.
10, bro.
On one girl.
Bro, they have 7,000, 8,000 subscribers.
Oh shit.
Paid subscribers.
So they paying a chat to a girl.
They're paying like $4 a month, and then they pay extra to see certain content.
So let me ask you a question. Was that dude black or white?
I mean, we have subscribers of all races.
But he was probably black.
I don't know.
Nah, he was white.
His name was Scott.
He was white.
So I would guess he was white.
Yeah, there's no black Scots.
Yeah.
That was
Travis.
But that's his name. That's not his real name. Come on, bro. You gotta really think before.
His name's
man.
Jockeys.
Yeah, man. He got a black ass name. That's not Travis. The guys that you're chatting with, right? When you're chatting with them, how long is? No, yeah, sorry, no, your system. How long does it take for the system to be taking money out of the dude? Because it got to be like, I know you got it down to the statistics. It take me 5 minutes to get 5,000 off this nigga. Now I got 5,000 every 5 minutes.
There's different strategies. Sometimes they'll keep the relationship going for a day without even trying to get them to spend any money, because they're just building a relationship. Sometimes people actually have fetishes of spending money. So a guy will come in and say, hey, I want to just blow money on you. I want that. I love that shit.
It's a shame.
I don't personally do that. I like to keep my bag for myself,
Bro, come on. I know you sent a couple panties in the mail or some shit.
I sent them?
Or somebody, one of your men.
No, we don't do.
One of your men has done that before.
No
bro.
physical. There's no need.
Somebody done that shit, bro.
No, there's no need to sell. Some people do. Yeah. Maybe Cole did it. Cole's does the post office runs for the panties.
Okay, fair.
I go to FedEx.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Better shipping rates.
That's some big ass panties if you go to FedEx, nigga.
Yeah.
Big ass panties.
USPS won't even take that shit.
So you be sending panties, you probably be sending bras.
People
Don't you
do
feel
that.
Like
That's
kind
not
of
really
like,
our
you know,
strategy.
don't you feel that's kind of maybe, you know, degrading to the girl and maybe degrading to the dude? Maybe you oh damn, I'm taking this girl's panties.
Personally, we don't even do that. That's not even something we do.
Oh, okay,
These the girls that I work with these girls are influencers, bro. They're not worrying their time about $10 selling their fucking underwear to somebody. They're out here, you know, just making content. Like these are high level individuals.
Man.
So I don't.
So like, do you have like PTO or like is it just post time off?
PT like paid time off.
So you giving
we don't
time
no, we
off?
don't, for me?
So the nigga's money ain't enough and you giving oh my
I don't
God.
take time off. I would still get paid because we have a system. We make money every day. I'm making money right now. All my time is paid.
What's a LARP?
It's like pretending to be somebody you're not, right?
Wait, that's funny.
Yeah, it's like pretending to be rich when you're not.
That just sounded like a dildo. You got a LARP.
I'm LARPing right now. But I'm not actually.
Nah, you was dabbing on a nigga.
I was showing the camera the
I was
watch.
just about to say, you just dabbed on me, man. That's damn. That's just shit. Let's say you are chatting with these, you know, random niggas online, right?
Respectable men, gentlemen, yeah. Customers.
Niggas, man. So.
Yeah.
Nah, I respect that. You know, you're chatting on them and whatnot, you know, and do you feel like somewhat kind of bad for them that, like, you know, they actually, you know, think that they're talking to this dime? I'm pretty sure they're like, I hope they're smart enough to be like, you know what, I know I'm just giving my bread to some cheese, you know, and I'm trying to,
I think for the most part, they're purchasing content of a girl. Some people are transparent in the bio of the account.
I'm not gonna be talking to your ass.
On whether they're talking to the girl or not. But I think when it's in our case, when we build these girls up to where they're like they like idolize the girl and they're like, oh my god, this is that famous girl. It's crazy that she sells that type of content. They're more so interested in the content, and there's we have actual statistics to back it up. We have a very low rate of people who unsubscribe. Like we have over 50% of the subscribers that are paying the money to stay there are renewing that subscription month after month. They're spending more money and they're happy with the experience. So I don't personally feel bad for anybody. And there's you're allowed to charge back if the accounts get chargebacks, like refunds basically, if they feel like they've been scammed or if they feel like they were misled about something they purchased, which is a big issue that people say that we're scamming because some girls that we manage don't do porn or don't do nudes or don't do this or that. But that's where I come in and say you're being a weirdo because that's just where the girl set her line of comfortability. If you're paying to see content from her, you get what you get. You don't get upset. You know what I'm saying? Like she set that boundary. If they feel like they were lied to, they can charge back and that money gets taken out of our balance, so we don't get that money. It goes right back to them.
You know, when it comes to like talking to the guys and all that stuff, right? By any chance, like, do you ever like come into one of these guys that be like, you know what, I know I'm getting finesse and but I see this as like an opportunity, I'm trying to hop on, then you you sell them a course through that shit real quick and now you making double bread.
We've never actually sold a course to an OnlyFans subscriber. Damn. But I might try that now. We do have an OnlyFans management course.
I need royalties, I need fees, I need, my commissions for like, the idea and all that, and at least like a percentage,
We'll work it out with my manager.
Yeah, please, because, I got more ideas, just... yeah, I'm saying.
He's trying to make it out the USPS.
If the money aligns, I'll think about it.
If you're interested, you can go to maincharacter.com. We do have a course on OnlyFans management, how to do it morally, respectfully, and how to maximize profit. So
interesting.
I hope to see you there.
You know what? That was a beautiful CTA. It's a pretty good old minute, though.
Let's get it. Welcome back in.
So,
what'd you do for work again? I forgot.
I work. I do online marketing with like different brands and stuff like that.
Oh, scaling?
Yeah, no, not scaling. Just like
ROAS.
No, I work for Jerkin and Jerkins.
Jerkin and Jerkin?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Other brands like that. Yeah, like lotion companies, skincare companies.
Oh, Jerkin and Jerkin.
Yeah. He asked earlier. He was like, "So, what's the point of these guys paying if they're not even talking to you guys? They're talking to some guy in Cambodia, just texting off his Wi-Fi in his house." So
sometimes it's like Philippines, Serbia,
Middle Eastern countries, maybe the U.S., maybe the U.K., anywhere with cheap labor or high paid labor. Honestly, our people are paid very well. We have chatters that make 30-40 grand a month.
So does it feel disingenuous though? Like the guy doesn't know he's talking to them, or do you think they know and they don't care?
Honestly, I think it's no secret nowadays that like chatting's a thing. Like we openly make content on social media saying that, you know, chatting is a thing. Girls at this point have come out after quitting OnlyFans and been like, you weren't even talking to me. You were talking to a chatter, trying to like be like, I got him. But at the end of the day, a lot of these guys don't care, to be honest. Like they just want the fantasy. Like, bro, there are guys spending money on AI girls that they know are AI. There's people purchasing softwares to chat with an AI that sex them and makes an AI girl. That is completely fake. At least this has a real girl tied to it that they can use in their imagination and just assume. Yeah, a little point of reference. Just to assume like, oh my God, I'm talking to this celebrity. And don't get me wrong, there are some girls on the platforms that do chat on their own, but even the girls that do a lot and like chat themselves, they have like friends or something like that who chats for them. So I really don't know of many people who actually sit down and chat.
But is there any part of you that like sits and really thinks about it sometimes? Like, you feel anything that like you don't care? Is it like, damn, am I really like enabling these men who are lonely? Most of these guys that are doing it just can't go talk to women. Like they struggle with that.
That's the thing. Like this, as time goes on in the world, like men as a whole are getting like worse and worse. Like the gap in between like being just like a normal guy who can like talk to girls and like the majority of the world, it's like honestly a bit sad. People are gonna do it regardless. Literally, people are finding a way to not even communicate with a real girl and just making artificial girls to fill that void. So it's like, I don't even necessarily feel bad because it's just like something that's already happening.
So
and also I'm
like,
pretty,
yeah, someone's gonna do it, so I might as well do it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's kind of what it is. And also, like I said, I'm kind of detached from that side of the business. I focus mainly on the social media. Like I'm not overseeing chats or like watching the conversations. We have a whole team that's their entire job, and that they're paid very, very well to do all that stuff, so that we can have the time to focus on what actually like moves the needle in the business.
So what's next for you? Like besides, you know, OnlyFans, you know, what's something else you're passionate about? Like you feel like you
honestly, recently AI. I think it's so freaking cool. There's so much you can do with it, with and without OnlyFans. Like I'm literally just making random applications and websites for fun that I never thought I'd be capable of doing, and now can literally just tell it to do, and it does. I think that's super interesting. Obviously, I always love content creation. I want to be a creator in some way, shape, or form. Doesn't have to be OnlyFans. And then even just like, I don't know, I want to invest. I want to learn more about cryptocurrencies, real estate. I already like do a lot of investing, and obviously I still need to increase my assets. I'm not like ready to retire over here. Yeah, that's stuff that I want to move into in the future.
All right, now that car right there behind me, Yeah,
Lamborghini Huracan Evo.
Relax.
Four-cylinder kit.
Relax, I know. You think that's something someone can genuinely attain? You know, say they wanted to endeavor in other like things online through social media, not
everyone has a
OnlyFans.
Huracan nowadays. If you don't have a Huracan, what are you even doing?
So what would your game plan be talking to that person that doesn't want to do OnlyFans, but they want to attain the lifestyle you have through social media?
Utilize AI, utilize social media, be consistent, and literally our advice that we give to people in social media management for OnlyFans would be the exact same advice that I would give somebody outside of OnlyFans. Social media is not that hard. You follow what works, you post 4 to 5 times a day, you be consistent, you never miss a single fucking day, and when something works, you do it again and again and again until you have a following. There's a guy out there, Wants and Needs brand, I don't know if you've seen him, he like takes a viral video and then has their like brand like come into the video somehow, or the clothes, and he says psych and it switches to their clothes. He's a genius. Like he's great. Like he posts consistently. He has a format that works well for him, and he repeats it. And I'm sure he makes a fuck ton of money. He could probably have a Huracan too. Getting a Lambo is not that hard, to be honest. You need $100 grand and $5 grand a month, and $4 grand a month.
And you saying that, I genuinely like believe that you really think it's easy. So
yeah, I do.
Do you think that's a mindset that you always had, or is that something
without
you
OnlyFans I could get another Lamborghini if I had to?
You think that's a mindset you always had, or you developed that?
Not really. I mean, I didn't. When I was a kid, I didn't know. Like, I didn't think, oh my God, I'm gonna have a Lambo when I'm 22. When I was 19 and I got an M4 Comp, I was like, well, that was my dream car, and now I got to dream bigger. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get a Lambo. And then you realize it's like, once you have the car, that the car doesn't really mean shit. It's just like the car kind of distracts you in your brain. Like I saw like the Lambo as like something I was like, I want this so bad, and then you get it and you're just like, you scratch the itch and you don't even care, and you just like, you focus on other things now. So it's like once you get it out of your system, you get it out of your system, and that's like why so many young kids get that car. Because also in the process of getting this car, I've learned so many skills. I've made a lot of money. I am very financially ahead for my age, and I just know a lot of different skills about different things.
And then I think my last question would be, since we're just talking about it, like, do you feel like it's kind of a blessing and a curse, just reaching a certain level of success so young? Because now you feel that.
Yeah, I do have
like
a pressure
you
where
reach
it's
all
like,
these assets and you're like, okay, I have this car, but I'm still not like happy.
well, no, I would say I'm happy, to be honest. Like I do feel happiness. Like it's not like I'm like saying I'm empty inside with all this. No, that's not true at all. It's when you like make a lot of money, you can't really go back. Like once you have a lifestyle for yourself that you've set, you never want to go below it. Like, right? If I have a nice car, why would I want to drive a not nice car? And yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's just I like it though, because it creates like a pressure that I like to have pressure on myself. I don't want to be comfortable. I don't want to be spending $3K a month in bills, making $10K and just calling it a day and being like, oh, I'm good, I'm set, I have a cushion. Like there's no thrill to that. I make a lot of money, I spend a lot, but I make even more. So.
And then as far as like with everything with AI, are you preparing for that transition? Because you think there's no more models after that? There's gonna be just AI models everywhere?
Nah, I don't think so. We personally, like, we use AI combined with real girls, that we think that's where the actual like leverage is, because you're gonna have a ceiling with an AI girl. You can't really make them like a famous celebrity at the end of the day. I mean, people do, but it's never gonna hit the same. Like, they can't be walking a red carpet if they're AI. You know what I mean? So with a real girl, you actually have a real personality tied to that you can then just amplify the output of content with AI and generate content that the girl doesn't even have to be there to do. And obviously, if they're okay with it and it's down, it's like, yeah, fuck it, less work, more money, and just makes the process easier. And then in terms of everything else, like, if you're not using AI in a business, you're gonna get left behind. There's so much shit coming out every day. Everything evolves. The second you think you know something else is out. And it's moving at a pace that's so unbelievably rapid.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's getting stuff. And I'm gonna end on this last point. Like, you're talking about how right now men are like struggling with a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of, like you said,
testosterone declines a lot every.
There's a saying.
Generation.
There's a saying. Hard times create strong men. Strong men make good times. Good times make weak men. And I think we're in between good times and weak men. It's gonna go into hard times. So do you feel like a responsibility that you're like enabling like?
I don't necessarily even think I'm like enabling it, because like, bro, at the end of the day, like, if you took us out of it, it's like, genuinely, we manage like 3 to 12 girls, and our girls don't even do anything that crazy. Like, we're not the issue that people like.
You don't think they do anything crazy, like them like showing themselves explicitly naked? That's not crazy.
Our core creators that we started with, none of them did sexual intercourse or show.
Oh no, but they're naked.
Body.
They're posting
No,
pictures,
not always.
coochie by the pool. Like, oh.
Nah, you'd be surprised. We've made a lot of money without showing anything. We have creators.
Do you think that's better or worse? They're charging guys for photos they can see on Instagram.
I think it's better. Because they're still paying for it. They know what they're getting themselves into.
Okay, so you're not.
It's not a secret. Like, they know what they're paying for.
But based off what I'm saying, what we're talking about, so basically the guy is paying for photos that he could see on Instagram to talk to a girl that he's not talking to. He's talking to a guy in Cambodia who's on his computer texting and probably sitting in his underwear. And then when he's talking to that guy, he's just getting the feeling, but that feeling's made up in his head, so technically it's not even really happening.
When you're watching porn, the feeling's made up in your head too.
So we're selling feelings here. We're not really selling anything.
We're selling emotional parasocial connection.
No matter what, these guys are gonna do it because they're weak. So you're trying to say, like, you believe like the guys are the issue?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, at the end of the day, like, there would be no industry without men. And as much as like we can sit there and say it, like, one of the longest industries in the world is sex work. Prostitution has been around in brothels since the fucking dawn of time, right? It's right next to fucking blacksmith. Men will always be horny for all of dawn. Like, right? There will never be a period where men aren't horny, and they get hornier and hornier every fucking year, every fucking day. Like, that is the truth. Like, social media as a whole and just pornography has just grown to a massive scale. Like, every major vice industry, like even tobacco, gambling, alcohol, anything, like, you name it, they all grow, and I can never see any of them going away. It's like the same way the gasoline industry is never going to die, or alcohol, like, it's never going to go away. There's always just going to be a different form of it.
So you're basically just capitalizing, in your perspective, you're just capitalizing on a business model that has worked for so many years, like you said, since the dawn of time, right?
Yeah,
and
100%.
you understand there's a demand for it. So that's why you think it's so successful. There's such a demand for it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if there was no demand, I mean, there'd be no money being made. There's clearly like a high demand, and people, I mean, like I said, people know what they're getting themselves into. It's not like we're scamming people. It's like, I personally think that it's way better to do what we're doing than fucking rug pull a meme coin, because at least then we're not taking anybody's money. They're just giving us money in exchange for something else.
Why not use your powers for good and try to educate these men on how to be able to attain these girls, how to speak to these girls, how to do self-development?
Well, I'm not a Riz course over here, right? I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm the Riz god, right? Like, I don't know how to talk to women. like that's why we got shadows for that. And no, I mean, like, I've had two girlfriends in my life. I have one now, obviously, and like, I meet them all very personally. I'm just myself. I'm funny, and then I become friends with them, and that's it. Like, that's how I pull my women, and I would happily tell anybody to do the exact same. Just be yourself, be funny, and attract the person you want. Like, that's just the truth. And I don't know why guys, it's like that. It's not that deep. That's what I don't understand. We've said this before. I don't understand why guys aren't just going to 11, to be honest, or a strip club, and they are going to OnlyFans. I think it's just because they're even scared to go to a strip club or communicate with the woman. Yeah, for guys that are socially awkward, though, it's like guys get more and more socially awkward every day because everyone's chronically online. Their dopamine receptors are fried. So to those people, it's like, if they're never going to be able to go out to the real world, if anything, we're helping them out because at least they get to feel something.
I don't know. Helping and enabling can feel very the same, right? If there's someone that's a drug addict and they're like having withdrawals, you giving them drugs might feel like they're helping, but really you're just enabling them more, right? It's like, you're feeding the fire a bit. And I don't know, like you said, it is a time of a lot of weak men. And I think there needs to be...
We can't control somebody else, right?
No,
if they want to
100%.
stop porn or stop consuming, delete your OnlyFans account, bro. We're not going to force you to sign another one. Same with somebody can ban themselves with a casino, but a casino's never going to ban you. Like,
and that person has to make that decision to want to change.
In life, you can never make someone's decision for them if they're addicted to drugs. Nothing you say is ever going to be able to convince somebody otherwise if they're truly addicted to a substance, thing, act, whatever. And at the end of the day, everyone's addicted to something. You got that?
Why do you guys sell a course if you already make all this money?
Good question.
I know, like, you like this career path because you like to be on social media a lot. You advertise, marketing, all that. Why don't you just like going off of what they said earlier, like, just help it be not something like so lustful, you know? So,
well, I mean, in theory, we do. Like, we teach girls, like I said, how to make the most and without, doing as lustful things on the platform. And the reason why we make a course versus if we make so much money, right? Obviously, the majority of my money still comes from OnlyFans management, not even the course. Like, that's a common misbelief that obviously some people make more off the courses, but personally, I don't, and I'm open about that. The course for us is honestly just like a bit of a legacy thing because it A, gives us something to be known for, and B,
legacy.
Yeah. Okay. And it also, in turn, we're literally changing the OnlyFans management space from the inside out because we're teaching guys how to come in here and basically beat the big name agencies that are very manipulative, scamming, yada yada. And say,
no, for sure.
As David versus Goliath, right? You come in as a small guy and you work with good intentions and you actually provide real value and put your all into a creator versus just saying yes to everybody, signing 1 million girls and not ever giving them the time of day and taking half their money.
All right.
So that's part of it. It's like we are creating a lot in the industry, and I even say this, like, we're trying to, at least me, I'm trying to ruin the industry for everybody else, right?
Yeah,
like all these big agencies out there, we're trying to take them down. Like, it's not even a secret. Like, they suck at what they do, quite frankly, and it's like we can not only monetize it a little bit by the course itself, but also come in and kind of get rid of the competition because we're teaching guys how to do it. Like, we're saturating the market on purpose.
Take me through the process of like signing a girl.
Like, I can outreach from my own Instagram and just message girls and say, hey, I like your content. Are you happy with your management? And then they'll say yes or no. And sometimes they're like, actually, no, they won't take my leaks down. I've been asking for months. And I'm like, oh, well, we can take your leaks down in 24 hours. Like, that's such an easy thing. Why is your agency not doing it? And they're like, yeah, and they're taking 50% of my money and they're not doing anything. You're talking to me. And it's like, okay, well, now this girl's just venting. And I'm like, well, we could provide you a better service if you would like to leave them. And then they do, and then they're happy, and they're like, wow, I'm so glad I did that. That's it. Also, I can go from a girl's account, and I don't do what she was mentioning with girls where I'm like, hey girl, oh my god,
You're good at that.
I'm gonna make you so fucking
Too
rich.
good, brother.
No, I'll literally be like,
at that, brother.
hey,
a little bit too
I said I used to be a theater kid.
Oh yeah,
And I will message a girl and say, hey, this is Julia's manager. Are you happy with your management? Same thing I would say for my own Instagram, but I'm not gonna act like I'm a girl and be like, oh my God, girl, where'd you get your swimsuit?
Yeah, this shit, right? This fucking shit right here, brother. This fucking shit.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. That's the whole reason as to why we, did the course. Like we ended up having more girls come to us than we thought when we even did the course. Like, we had so many girls being like, oh my God, help me, manage me. And we're like, oh shit, we didn't even expect that necessarily. So now a bunch of girls and other managers look up to us essentially for guidance because they know we're very open about everything about the business.
Oh, it has to be taken advantage, man. Cause look, it's like people sell cigarettes, but you're not forcing them to buy it. But you kind of it goes to the enabling side a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's like lustful and when they jerk the chicken and shit. The testosterone fucking. You feel me? Shit goes down. You fucking
when you ejaculate, your testosterone levels are declined.
Yeah. So you're making men weaker as well by doing this shit. So
yes and no. I guess we're technically enabling them becoming weaker, but fucking what's it called? Papa John's isn't saying people are making them fat, even though they're enabling somebody. A grocery store is not, causing obesity because people can walk in there and buy as much food as they want. They could just simply like the girl and want to see their content because they just have an online crush on the girl, and that's fine. That's way different than some people who are chronically a chronic gooner and literally live in their mom's basement and do nothing but jerk off all day.
Damn, brother. Would you guys use someone that left and use their photos and shit and videos that they?
No. If anybody ever stops working with us, we no longer promote them, put their information out there. They go on their own.
If you made a lot of money off of them and they just leave, you wouldn't reuse that shit?
No, they leave. We've had girls leave us for personal reasons that they just wanted to go their own way in life and try some other stuff, and that's completely fine. Wish them the best of luck, and literally, we're still friends with them. It's not no hard feelings. It's a business at the end of the day. Okay. Some clients leave, some clients stay. Okay. We have a pretty high retention rate with our clients.
Retention.
Yeah, they just stay for a while because we provide good service.
Okay, that's nice.
And I don't know, I carry myself better, obviously, just being more successful and just learning about life and becoming more confident in myself as I do become more successful. Like I said, I used to be a fucking obese kid.
Oh, you used to be?
Yeah, I used to be obese, and I'm well, now I am. I make money. I'm pretty fit. That in turn makes me more confident when speaking to guys, girls, anybody.
Okay.
And day to day, I can just talk to pretty much anybody and spark a conversation. And I can pull up to a function alone and just make a friend, and talk to
Interesting. All right. So the people you say you use transgenders as well and all those.
Oh yeah, we work with all types of creators. We work with guys, girls, trans creators. There's no discrimination here. Anybody can make money, and if they're a hard worker and they want to put in the effort and actually, put the work in, and we're down to work with them. Huh? What? No. I don't. We film none of the OnlyFans content, guys.
They're behind the scenes, bro.
They do that with a ring light and a tripod in their own spare time. All right, let's get the next question.
All right, this is for all the 9-to-5ers. Why don't you start making money online?
First of all, I'm not even for this country, so I learned kind of how to talk to people differently. I grew up. Maybe, a lot of kids nowadays, they don't really go outside. They don't play as much. They don't do everything. Social interactions have declined. And I feel personally, I don't want to add to that.
Okay. I mean, I hear that. But I guess take OnlyFans out of it. Why not just online as a whole?
No, but I'm talking about in general.
You're saying in general, everything about online business?
Masculinity has taken the largest plunge it has over the years. Take anything pornographic out of it. Pornography is a huge factor in that. The studies in what pornographic things do to your brain is similar to what?
Yeah, my brain on your brain on porn is is very interesting.
Yeah, I know, but I already fucked up myself enough. I used to be a drug addict. In January, it's gonna be 11 years that I haven't used cocaine.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank God. But I don't got much left to fuck up. You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, fair.
I like talking to people face to face. I'm more of an outside person. I like to talk to people. I like sales stuff. But I feel when you do everything online, you take
you
genuine
lose the human interaction out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I hear that, but in my head, I feel to do any business, even face to face business, you have to be utilizing online metrics and technology, or else you're just going to be wildly behind. I mean, you could hop on a Zoom call and be face to face and talk to somebody, and you can go in and screen share and audit their business or do whatever it might be.
No, that part I agree with you to an extent. I think maybe it just comes down to the fact that I can't thrive without human interaction. Like for me, like I can't sit in an office all day. I've done it. I can't just sit in, even if it's a regular job where you just sit in an office and I have to talk to the same 4 or 5 people every single day, I probably won't be there for long.
So what is your ideal like job in life?
My ideal job in life is probably something to do with entertainment where I can, you know, maybe talk to large crowds.
And I'm assuming you would publish the content on social media?
I'm sure.
Stand-up comedian, maybe?
Obviously that stuff will get published.
Yeah.
Of course, because in the end, it's all marketing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're right. I mean, there's nothing really to argue here. The internet is the largest driving force there is. I'm just saying, me personally, I couldn't work all through the internet like that. I have to have some sort of...
You're a little hybrid.
Yeah, I like to talk to people. I can't fucking do the whole...
I mean, I hear you.
Do you feel, in a sense, some sort of responsibility for the growing amount of women that want to enter this? In a sense, maybe you're not affecting it directly.
No, I mean, you're right. We do like kind of, I mean, in a sense, glorify the industry. Like we, you know, show extravagant lifestyles from the girls. And yeah, I mean, we do. I'm not even going to sit here and like argue with that. But like I said, when we do preach about the industry, we preach about how we do it, not speaking as like a very generalized thing. The reason why our girls have the lives that they have is because we approach the industry differently. So yeah, I don't necessarily even think it's a problem for girls to like want to do it as long as they're doing it right and not doing it, you know.
Because in a sense, you're adding to the problem on both sides.
Yes.
You're helping the decline of socialization of males who talk to women in general. Because now, I can just chat to this girl who's automatically going to chat to me because I'm paying her.
Mm-hmm.
She's required me to do that. And you're influencing other women who could have had other dreams, but this is just easier.
I mean, yeah, a lot of the girls, like I said, they come in this already doing it. Like there's girls who stop prostitution to do this, which I would like be like, yeah, please be my guest. If you're out there selling yourself in person, like why would you put yourself in that risk and situation? So if a girl is going to go into sex work, which is always the easy money path, they're probably planning to do that regardless. For the most part, we simply just make sure that they actually...
Yeah, but like you don't think that there's girls that are like underage right now, just like waiting to turn 18 to be able to do that
is something I don't agree with.
You don't agree with, but you contribute to it.
Not necessarily. We don't tell any girl.
I know, but by
right
being in the industry, and glorifying it, you're telling women to do that without telling them to do it.
We've said publicly though that like even our girls have said like we don't recommend anybody to just turn 18 and drop a link, like, you know, try life.
Okay, but if you're a cocaine dealer and you tell people I don't recommend people use cocaine, but I just sell it, I don't tell people to use it, what's the difference?
Valid point, honestly, but hey, you got me. Fuck, I'm not. Like I said, we try to just do it the right way, and if someone's going to come in the industry, we hope that we influence them in a positive way and not, you know, we're not out here telling anyone to just turn 18 and do it. Obviously, I know the life looks cool, but it's not for everybody, and we make that pretty clear. So we do our best, even though it's hard to avoid the actual, like, root of the problem, I guess.
If you can live with that, it's cool.
I can. All right, likewise, man. I'm going to sub out for Owen because he wants to smoke.
So next question is selling your body online morally wrong no matter how much money you make?
Who wants it? I guess he put up a good fight with Cole, so what's up, man? What was your name?
I'm Devin, bro.
Devin. Nice
What's
to
your
meet
name?
you. Owen.
Owen, nice to meet you. What's the question one more time?
Is selling your body morally wrong no matter how much money you make?
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. Like, I think, you know, at the end of the day, like the same thing I'm telling y'all, and I think there's been a very consistent thing that I've seen, you know, both of y'all do is just like, I don't do that part of it, right? Because there just is an infatuation of just like, yo, that there's something wrong with that, right? That we all feel and that we all understand. And I think at the end of the day, like, you know, letting your body be sold for money or any of these things, like that's just our spirit, that's our kingdom, you feel me? And it's like we really got to take care and take pride into it. And I think when you do that, you sell yourself short of what your soul is really supposed to have, you feel me?
I agree with your body's your kingdom and you should protect yourself at all costs in terms of like real life prostitution. And I won't even say that I'm not involved in that side of the business. Like we do, you know, operate, and I'll take accountability. You know, we are facilitating, you know, the back end of what content the girls make. We're enabling them to sell that. And I just like to believe that, you know, it's their choice of the boundary they set, what they want to film, take pictures of, show to people online.
But
for
let's say the question: Do you believe that it's wrong?
I don't. That's the thing.
You don't.
I don't think it's. People use it as like a shock value term of like you're selling your body. What's
So-
that deep? As a personal trainer, selling the
I
image
gotta-
of their body,
but
shirtless.
I just got a
to-
question. Like, so if your daughter was taking a picture of herself and she was sending that to somebody, you'd be cool with that?
I think
like we
kids-
always on the CMS exposed page, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
private or on an OnlyFans setting? Because I think a lot of young adults send pictures like that back and forth.
Well, I
in
think it's
relationships.
I mean, of course, I think there's like it's a difference of like what you do with your exclusive partner, what y'all exclusively choose to do. Because at the end of the day, I made a commitment and a devotion and essentially a promise of privacy between us and the love that we share. That's what we share. We share our bodies as a covenant. We made an understanding. But when you were talking to me about I'm letting everybody have access to, I mean, just for you personally, like, would you let like everybody just have access to you? Just like, would you let everybody pull up?
I would do
So you let
OnlyFans.
everybody just everybody pull up in your warehouse?
Nah, because it's
Why?
real life.
Because they would what? Leave it what?
Dirty.
Dirty.
They fuck that shit up.
So then in the same instance, we have to think about our spirit. Is your spirit a real thing?
Yeah.
And if you and although I may not be physically touching you, there's an entity, right? There, like we believe that you believe, I'm sure, a manifestation, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You're a manifester. That's a spirit. That's a telecommunication. That's something that we can't see, but our spirit can feel. And so when you operate in a way, whether I'm physically in real life showing that, whether I'm digitally doing it, there's an implication of spirit that happens. There's a dirtiness that happens. And when you let hundreds of thousands of people into your body, into your spirit to see your physicality and what you look like, you are dirtying your warehouse that God has given you. And that's the problem.
I don't think the physical being is the most important part of your spirit. I think the physical body is what you're living life through, but at the end of the day, not even different time periods, in different countries, there's women walking around topless on the streets.
100%. 100%.
And I've been to a resort in where a guy's walking around with his wife topless.
There's always intention, right? Like there are tribal communities that when you walk past, if I'm topless or whatever, there's no sexualization of that. I am using this for a sexual intent. I am using this, I am paying and purchasing this for an intent to use for a negative energy, right? Like this is a thing. There is a hotline for this, right? Because there is an issue. There is an epidemic with men because there is an issue. There is a hotline for people because they are literally devouring women. And so we have to really understand that there is, no matter if I'm doing it in real life or not, there's a hotline for this because this is a problem.
Can it be an addiction? I agree.
100%.
The same thing is like, but I gamble. I don't gamble above the means of money I have.
100%.
And I go to the movie theater the other day, I'm watching a movie and you're seeing sex and boobs. The only thing they don't show on Hollywood films anymore is vagina. Like you see all that in mainstream media. And at that point, I think it's just part of telling a story. And these girls, again, are providing companionship and relationships to guys besides just the physical pictures they're sending. These guys are spending their time messaging and building friendships. And
I think that's real. Like there may be a degree to the burn, like that's very, very true, right? But at the end of the day, we are talking about, is there a right or is there a wrong? And what's wrong with it is that at the end of the day, there are people that are utilizing this content for their own emptiness. And at the end of the day, that distribution that you guys are partaking in is causing people emptiness. And although it does give you a succession of money, that you can retire your family, that you guys are doing good, like at the end of the day, you guys are just great marketers using a tool that devours people. We gotta really just think about it, that maybe it's just that, at the end of the day, we know, like, that's wrong. You wouldn't want your daughter doing that. I wouldn't want my sister doing that. If I saw my sister doing that, I would lose my fucking marbles. Like, I would. Yeah. If I saw my daughter doing that, I'd kill her and kill the other person. You feel me? So it's just like, we gotta operate in that system of understanding that, like, that's somebody else. And how we wanna treat ourselves is exactly how we wanna treat our neighbor.
I think in a perfect world, if the vehicle was just me using my skills of manifestation, I'm good with my words, I can inspire people, I can motivate people. If I was making the same amount of money that I was making now, just talking and, you know, speaking the things I know about the universe into the public. I think I would love to do that, but in today's society with the internet, I think you're not given a platform unless you work your way up there through building different pieces of context. And what I want to be known for is my skills on social media, because I started when I was 11. I dedicated my life to this. And I think this vehicle that is OnlyFans management was presented to me in a position where I was looking to monetize my skill set, and I hadn't quite found that yet. And now, since I dedicated my life to that, and me in my own bubble with my friend group have done amazing things. I've helped multiple people, like you said, retire their families, build great personal wealth, give to others, donate to charity, donate hundreds to families who are in need, you know, pay the rent of their long lost relative who got beaten by her ex-husband, and all these amazing things. I think my perception personally is skewed of a broader industry and the impact that it may have on people who I'm not interacting with day to day. And there's obviously the other side, that's the men who are consuming this content. And there's an argument to be made that if they weren't already doing it, I wouldn't have any money from this. The girls wouldn't make any money from this. So is the problem one or two people making content like this, or is it just the men falling into habits like this?
I just think, you know, at the end of the day, an eye for an eye can still leave the whole world blind. And like, what you guys are not realizing is that, like, in the intention of the reality, that you guys are doing it in a way that I think is honestly respectable, because they gonna be on the block. Maybe it is true, bro. Like, it is. At least it's somebody on the. Y'all are a good.
It might
pimp.
as well be with somebody who's
at least you a good
providing
pimp, right? At least you are a good pimp. That's like at least making sure they straight, right? And I can, to a degree, understand that. But I think the real respect is that, like, sometimes it's like, if I may have to not cry in the Benz, it may take me 5 more years to cry in the Benz than to cry in the Honda. But that 5 years will leave me with my soul. But you gotta think the damage of all the other people, that this has been massive. Like, I'm sure some of your views are what, hundreds of thousands of millions of people.
But the truth is, we get millions of views, and you're also, you know, expanding on a group of people that is a minority. The majority of the money that we make, and this is a statistic, on the account that we run, the average amount of money spent is $25 to $100. That's because we build internet creators and internet personalities that are, you know, provocative, famous, good looking, and all the above. People want to just come see, oh, what the fuck are they selling on there? Oh, that's crazy. I may have seen a picture of their body. I may have seen this. And then they go move on with their day. That transaction, I don't think is, you know, any more sinful or harmful to somebody than just looking up something on Google. I think at the end of the day, that's the majority of the business that we're operating. And then again, just like any other industry, there's overconsumption and then there's addiction, and those people are a minority that may be affected by it. But, you know, there's people who are addicted to watching YouTube videos and they won't get off their ass and go get a job.
Well, let's just put it to you like this, right? Like, vices are vices. Things,
of course, I have my own.
Right? We all have our own, right? But like, at the end of the day, like, when we really do just think about it, right? If a house was on fire, would you bring water to the house, or would you just bring a little candle? Would you bring a little gasoline, or would you actually, you know, bring an extinguisher? What are you bringing to the fire with our world, with everything that's going on, like, in our world right now? We have to really ask ourselves, we agree, man, there's so many different things outside of just OnlyFans that's just happening with our world, that's happening with our men, that's happening with just geopolitically, right? Like, we're cooked. And so you telling me, well, you know, hey man, you know, I'm not necessarily the person that put this on fire, but I'm gonna bring just a little candle.
I think I'm bringing a little jug of water to one specific room to, you know, shine light on a small group of people in a small part of the industry, and I'm changing what I can change one step at a time.
For sure.
But I don't think I can save everybody, and I think in my path to, you know, personal success and helping the people around me, there might be other people that are hurt, whether it's personal business partners that mess up a little bit or mess up one time and have to get cut off, whether it's people who, you know, we've overtaken in careers, or whether it's people consuming content that are addicted to it and it might set them back a couple steps. I think for somebody's gain, you know, it's a transaction, right? For you to make money, somebody else has to spend that money away, and most of the times it's healthy and it's normal, but there's some major downsides. And I agree. I chose to work in an industry that is negatively impacting some people because I saw a clear path for my personal gain and the people around me. And that's a choice that I was willing to take, and that I don't seem to be like a defining factor of my entire life or of my entire
No, for
story.
sure.
So, you know, I'm leading with honesty within that, and still trying to figure it out.
Well, brother, your story is still being written, and what I just challenge you to is that at the end of the day, in this world, we only got, for as far as we know, and as far as me and my God know, is that we only got one life, and that's just what it is. And at the end of the day, the imprint we want to leave on people and people that we don't know is that we left a good spirit, a good intention, and a good light for them to continue on. Because at the end of the day, the last thing I want to do is say that I help somebody fuel the problems that they're already facing. I don't want to be an impact like that. However you want to leave impact is how you want to leave it on, but I just challenge you, because it seems that you are just a really good scaler. How could I market and leave an impact in this world that can only leave light? Even if I'm doing a little bit of water, how can I just really just be an extinguisher of the fires that are going around this world? Because the more people that add fuel to this fire, the worse this world is going to get.
Yeah, and I think truthfully, me going through something and using my skills for something somewhat controversial does bring light to the skills that I have.
Sure.
And it may open an opportunity for me to work on something that has a greater and a more loud positive impact
For sure.
on a bigger group of people.
For sure.
So it's not like I'm ruling that out. You
For
know?
sure.
I'm
No.
not choosing chaos.
No. Listen, man. All blessings to you. It don't mean that you are intentionally trying to lead chaos, but always ask yourself every day, as just as much as you ask yourself, how can I make a bag? How can I just really think about it and leave impact that could really make it brighter for the world? And that's just all it is, you feel me?
I agree. I think that's a good message.
And that's just real. Like, and at the end of the day, like, it's just the truth in it all, right? Like, we just, and we could say it, but if we saw our mama out on OF, we'd be tripping. Like, yo, mom, what you got going on? Like, more than not, like,
Majority of people, the majority of situations.
And in 10 years from now, I guarantee you, like, it's gonna be an app, and kids are gonna get bullied because they're gonna be like, yo, this system that you created, yo, this your mama, she a hoe. Like, kids got bullied about that in real life, bro. Like, real spill. Like, I'm telling you, like, neighborhood on the block, yo, auntie, like, she was over at homeboy house. Like, it happens. It'll be just like that. And so we just gotta really think about that. You know what I'm saying? And it matters. It matters.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think there's going to be a bit of herd immunity towards kids getting bullied for their mom doing OnlyFans, because so many people do.
That might happen
But
too.
I think it might be half of the fucking, especially if we're talking Miami Beach Senior High.
Yeah.
Fuck. Everyone's mom did OnlyFans. They're fucking cooked. So.
But yeah, bro, all love, man. At the end of the day, and like at the end of the day, I think, you know, as long as you are busting your ass and you grinding in this world, that's all you can do in this life. But you gotta always remember on that imprint. That's just what matters. So
I appreciate that viewpoint. I go. That was a good one.
I mean, honestly, it went kind of exactly how I expected it to go. Like, I knew going into this that there would be like valid arguments on the other side. Like, I'm not an idiot. Like, I know there's, you know, certain things people say about the industry that I don't always have like an argument for. But I mean, obviously, like we said in there, we do our best, we do good work, and I think it's all that matters in anything that you do in life.
Yeah, I tried to run through all the questions that may potentially come up today in my head while I was at the gym, and I think I was able to get the responses that I had out, but I don't think anybody's wrong necessarily. I don't think somebody's wrong if they just condemn the whole industry and say fuck you because of a personal experience. But
I think only thing wrong is when people say fuck you to the individual instead of like the actual thing, because like you have to separate some stuff into brain.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, baby.
Yeah. I mean like I said to the guys, like agree to disagree. It's like that's all you're gonna get at the end of the day. But as long as like I respect you, you respect me, it's like, so what? Life is life. We all live our own lives and shit. So
yeah, because I think people come in against us, especially in comments and shit. They're absolutely leading with hate in their heart, and they're dealing with their own problems, and they're just finding like an easy way to take that out on somebody. They don't want to argue. The people here, we appreciate everyone trying to, you know, be understanding of everyone else's viewpoints, and even if you don't believe in what we do, that's respectable. But, you know, with that being said, if you do believe in our viewpoints and you want to learn more about OnlyFans management, you go to maincharacter.com if you want to work with us as a, you know, creator or manager trying to scale your business.
And if you enjoyed this video and you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and our personal channels, Cole Hollyfield and Owen Lynch. And hopefully we'll see you guys in the next video.